fellow Megatennis, and welcome to the Hello, fellow Megatennis podcast. I'm Larrue, and with me is Neb.
Hello.
Spider.
Hey.
And Glibbathy.
Yo.
You're
dumb.
So, I guess we got a lot of news to talk about, and I think we just jump right into it. Can we even mention this without? I don't know. Will I get flagged if we say the virus?
No,
say
you
Ronnie,
won't.
bro.
Oh, you can't say that one. You can say the virus though.
The most important news.
The good things is that E3 is dead and probably forever because a virus killed it. Potentially.
The Ronies. We'll call it the Ronies.
I really hate that it says in the notes. Can I read the notes? I'm gonna read the notes.
Yeah. Read this.
Damn, we all got the Ronies.
Yeah. That's what it's like.
I hate that. But they canceled E3 for this year. Unfortunately, with it being on its last legs, I almost feel like this is the end of E3.
I think they're doing it next year, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It's more. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that joke.
They could convert it to like a proper like consumer event, like a Comic-Con or whatever. Because it's not an industry show anymore. All those guys are dropping out, like we talked about. I think they should just go to the Comic-Con way, do all that dumb bullshit, previews and lines to shake hands and all that whatever other people do there.
What I read, they're helping out companies to shape up their digital events, and IGN will be presenting online.
Good. I mean, because people are saying like E3 is bad, but I think that it's one of the few like nerd events that people actually watch for. I mean, the only other equivalent is Comic-Con, where people watch to see what bad Disney movies are coming out. So it's cool that there's always been like this thing where we're going to see the big games that are going to get announced, even though I never end up buying any of the games that they announce.
Yeah.
All the games that IGN has up here, I mean, all the developers they have up here, they're kind of whack, bro. I mean, the only one up here that really has like a thing is Square Enix, and even then, have you seen their E3s before? They're all terrible.
Yeah, well, when you're actually there though, their E3 is always fun because they always have something for Final Fantasy 14 where you can win a shirt and do like the newest raid boss. They always have cool interactive things for all the newest games. So I played Dragon Quest 11 there, and that's when I realized Dragon Quest is actually pretty good. Before that, I only had played Dragon Warrior, and then I went backwards and played some of the other ones after that just because of Dragon Quest 11. So imagine, I mean, yes, they also make bad games like Final Fantasy, but they make that too.
Yeah, I think I have to try Dragon Quest.
Yeah, you should. Maybe that'll be in the next spoiler cast.
Oh, we're finally doing it? I've been asking for like a whole year for this. Is it time?
It's not Mega 10. No.
We already played another Bible.
Ooh.
Dragon Quest Monster Spoiler Quest win. That's what I want right now.
I mean, I played the one. I think I talked about it before. It's like an old Game Boy Color game.
Yeah.
What are the Heroes? Is that what it is?
That's Monsters, I think. Unless it's support. Heroes is the Warriors game.
Oh, so it's like a Musou. Okay, no. So I'm thinking of it's like a turn-based JRPG type thing. I don't know what it's called. It's
probably Monsters.
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but suffice to say, that's kind of cool that they're not dead, but I actually thought they would be. The only other big industry thing that was happening that I haven't heard anything about was Anime Expo. All signs are pointing to that being canceled, except Anime Expo officials keep saying that they're not canceling it yet. And I think from what I was told, there was something about them being a nonprofit, and if they cancel it before a certain time, then they have to pay some sort of fee or whatever. And if they do pay the fee, they'll go under. That's what I heard. But that's from just some random person on Twitter, so who knows?
Do we know about TGS yet, or is it too far away?
Too far, but it's a possibility that it'll be moved.
Yeah, because we're looking at mostly things in the summer that's getting canceled. The next logical step is things in the fall will be approached.
Well, Japan has stuff canceled up until June right now. Or July, up until July, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and then E3 is in July. So I feel like those things are pretty much where we're at now. Then it'll just go from there, and we'll find out more. The things I'm looking at are like Sega Fest. Yeah, TGS is a big one. But I don't think there's any like big anniversaries or anything they had for this year. Another good result, or not good, another result of the Ronies is the whole Atlus closing thing, or temporary, working. Aren't they doing something where they're working via video conference and stuff now, or did they just halt their production or something?
They were doing video conferences last month, so I guess they're also working from home now. I don't know.
I would imagine they're working from home because I think they recently declared a legitimate state of emergency in Japan.
Yeah, they have. So then, what does that mean?
Finally.
No, I'm mad about that because I wanted to ship stuff, ship my collection, and I can't.
You're gonna ship some Ronies right into your front door.
Good.
Shivers for that, brother.
Thanks to Japan block shipments and travel to the most infected country in the world.
The most reported country
that's
in the world.
True. That's true. There are a few people who are
China,
dishonest. India.
Yeah, the most densely populated, like clustered, like country. Anyway,
it's okay. We haven't confirmed the cases; they don't exist. That's the best part of the disease.
Yeah, basically.
We shouldn't test anyone, and then the rate will be zero.
Animal Crossing.
What was that?
There's one company in Japan that's doing conferences through Animal Crossing.
Oh, really? That's funny.
That's
how many people can you have in like an island, though?
I think 8.
1.8 million at least.
Oh, sorry. I like checked this thing that I was bidding on, and I had just won it. So,
what did you win?
It's
some merch news.
One of the worst Kaneko arts.
That's Zero City, right?
No, New Order. It's the one from If.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay, I got you.
But that one would actually look really nice if it was cropped.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. If it was less busy, it'd look great.
It looked good with my eyes closed.
Did you enjoy the vision art?
Something like that.
It's the reason I don't like it is because one, it's If. 2, it's Hazama, who's like literally just Nakajima. I just don't like that character, and for him to have more like emphasis than all the other people, he's the only part. His part is the only part of the composition that gets breathing room. Everything else is super dense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got it because it was originally 300,000 yen, and they dropped it all the way down to 200,000. And I was like, okay, all right, I might as well get it before it goes away because now it's like about. So basically, I paid about $198.
That's some money well spent.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video where I burn it live.
Can't wait.
No.
I'm on board.
You should cook dinner on it too. Use as a plate.
What would be a good Megaten like meal? Like a chicken, like that one chicken demon.
Yeah, roast chicken.
You should make Jack Frost pops.
Yeah. Get some kawa, whatever that pig guy. Cut him up. Get some amaraki wings.
I hate that when you look at demons. Like for me, some demons look delicious, and then some of them that are like the actual like food or whatever like order, they're not delicious. Like that one that's like a screaming oni face on a little shriveled up body.
What?
The one that you have to like. It's either in SMT. Yeah, he's in Apocalypse, and he's like one of the early demon things you have to do something with. It's really annoying.
What's the name again?
It's okay. It looks fine in a tanuki pot.
Oh, you mean Mamatanuki, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's maybe what I was thinking of.
I don't do well with names that are not English.
It looks nasty. I wouldn't
even. I know. Amaraki's a little chicken too. Yeah.
Is he?
You got that right. Amaraki's
like
a
chicken.
No, not that. I'm talking about Mamatanuki, which I guess is a Tanuki variant or something.
It looks like one to me.
I looked it up before. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, huge digression aside, what is the other Ronies thing?
The book is dying The book that has only good art is going to die.
The Kaneko Works 9, the thing that we keep complaining about being delayed, is delayed more thanks to the Ronies. The publishing company released a statement saying that they're basically ceasing like working on anything for the time because of the state of emergency in Japan, which means that if you're waiting for that book that was supposed to come out in November, you're going to keep waiting a little bit longer.
Forever.
And this is the one with Digital Devil Saga, Raito 1 and 2, supposedly Strange Journey, and Makin. Yeah, like basically all the things.
The best one.
It's the only one you need. You could literally burn all the other ones.
Yeah, that sucks. I've been having zero interest in any of these books actually owning them. Like, I'd like to look at them. That'd be cool. But I wouldn't want to own them, except this one.
Yeah, this is the one where I'm just curious because some of that art we just never saw outside of really bad magazine scans. So it would be kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all like some of the more obscure, weird stuff that I feel doesn't get as much shine.
But yeah, we'll wait more, and probably it'll be the end of this year.
Oh.
Speaking of other things that we love and care about, Snowboard Kids got merch through Fangamer, and they released their second line or second batch or whatever this month, I think. It's pretty nice looking.
This is the most hotly anticipated merchandise of 2020. Do you remember for the past 10 years have people been clamoring for more Snowboards Kids material at all, of any kind or variant?
Sarcasm aside, if you look at the shirt, it's the Snowboard Kids art from the Nintendo 64 era, so it has the weirdly big nose and stuff instead of the anime style that you get on the 3DS or the DS game. I'm like pleasantly surprised. I'm thinking about buying it.
Didn't even know that was a distinction.
Yes. In the DS version, what they did was they kept all the characters. It's still the same continuity because the games actually have a story. They just changed the art completely to a cliche anime style instead of the weird big nose style they had.
I actually kind of like that. That's that one part of the scarf, not with the faces, but with the snowman. Jump? Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool looking, actually.
See, I like the beanie and the long sleeve shirt.
The beanie reminds me of those Life is Good shirts, or maybe it's Life is Good. You know what I'm talking about? He had that stupid hippie hair, little stick figure guy. Or was that some other brand? It's some shitty brand from the early 2000s that I hate.
The beanie looks like Tribe Called Quest Madame Rogers album. It looks like that to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it looks so
familiar.
The
color scheme is 100% there. Yeah.
I was thinking that, and then in Living Color, or not in Living Color, the little kids version of In Living Color, all that because of the smiley face.
Yeah, that's right. And the haircut, he's got the same haircut.
So definitely buy this stuff if you like this game.
It looks nice.
It's surprisingly cheap-ish for like official merch, and usually I think that official merch is ugly, but this is actually not bad. Especially the long sleeve shirt, I think is the one I would actually buy, but it's $36. That's too much for me.
A little bit much.
Yeah. Speaking of other overpriced things, I guess Rim is getting official cosplay merch. So Cospa, who's a company that does a lot of official, what is it called? Licensed merch that are just inspired heavily on the costumes of characters from the games. They got, I guess, Rim's license, and they're doing the uniform of the best character in, I guess, Rim so far. So if you want, you can look like a Sakura high school girl.
Finally.
Just what we were waiting for.
Waiting all this time.
In saying that, we still have no idea if that's ever coming to the West because they haven't said anything. I do know that they're gonna announce the Persona 5 Strikers release date pretty soon because everyone who got everyone who got a code for Persona 5 Royal, they got a second email that basically said, "Thanks for playing. Are you interested in getting a code for Strikers?" And if they're doing that, that means that the release window is going to be a few months out. and they still did that with all of this Ronies stuff going on.
They're skipping it again.
I think so.
Again. I'm so mad. I'm just gonna buy the Japanese one. Screw this.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't know. I'm upset about it because they're not saying anything, which usually means they're gonna skip it. But it also could just be like Radiant Historia and some of the other games where they got a little bit of press and then they went silent, and then it was like a pretty quiet release.
Like Deep Strange Journey getting 2 trailers and then being released.
Yeah.
And then selling better than PQ, I think. Which got a dub. I think it did.
Good. That means that they spent less money and made more. But
remember, though, I'd have to double check that.
It at least sold better than Persona 3 5 Dancing. So that's...
Yeah, that's true.
And then speaking of that, the OST for that, if you like Persona 3 5 remixes and stuff, it's all coming out in June or July of this year. So that's cool. Yeah, that's cool if you like that. I didn't really like the music from those. I like the Persona 3 remixes a little bit better, but apparently that's a hot take.
I got recommended something in my YouTube queue at some point for, I think it's the Velvet Room remix or something. That was kind of cool. I don't think it's a song that actually you do gameplay to. I think it's like a hub song.
I mean, well, I'm kind of mad at those games because they do that thing where there's 60 something songs in each game, but literally half the song track list is DLC. You have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
It's
just
so
to make their money.
They didn't do that with Persona 4 Dancing. It was only like 2 or 3 songs that were DLC.
It's because they looked at how many people bought it and they were like, what if all those people spent $100 more in DLC?
They did.
We're the smartest people on earth.
Yeah, this is the end of civilization.
Hopefully. God, that would be some good news, but that's not on the news docket.
All right, I'll write it right now. I mean, speaking of the end of the world, Persona 5 R came out a few weeks ago. I think a week ago now. Have you guys played it yet?
No, I don't own a PS4.
No, I own a PS4. I've been actually kind of busy between work and like people. So there's like, I know a lot of people and I don't live near most of them, but now it's like everything's all fucking digital. People learn how to use computers. So everyone fucking wants something now. It's like in the time when everyone's being laid off and is bored, I have so much shit to do. It's insane. So I've barely had time for anything. Hopefully everyone dies and then I have more free time. So I can play JRPGs.
I got Isomnium instead recently.
What?
Yeah. Isomnium Files.
Oh, that game is good. That's a better investment. It's the people who made
999 Zero Escape.
Oh, yeah.
How do you like it so far?
I'm very early on, but man, everyone is such a jerk to each other. It's great. I love how much they dunk on each other.
Is it the same idea as before, escape room type shit, like mystery?
It's more investigation and less escape room. So it's like just look for evidence and string together logic that makes absolutely no sense together. So yeah.
Good. Oh. I mean, I didn't finish it, but I liked what I played. So then, yeah, go get it. It's like $60 though on Steam. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But then I guess it's worth it. I did spend like $1 gajillion on that game that we just talked about, Persona 5 Royal. So am I the only one?
For a sale.
Yeah, it's so far. I will say, I guess if there was a scale for these remakes, to me, a good remake would be, or I guess remaster, whatever you want to call it, would be like Devil Survivor 1 and 2. Those remasters were good because it didn't. it changed enough where I was like, okay, well, that's good, but it didn't try to tweak quote unquote formulas to make the game easier or whatever, which would be the other end of the spectrum would be something like Strange Journey Redux. This one is like in the middle where it has a lot of quality of life improvements in terms of like just the animations are more robust, like what they did with Catherine Full Body. The portraits look better because I think I don't know, but I think that they divided up who did the portraits for the original because to me the styles didn't look consistent, and also some of the art looked like it was really early on. They finalized that Ryuji and were like, now it looks like everyone is unified, you know. So the portraits look better. Still a lot of typos, a lot like more than before.
Really? Oh.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
The grammar gets worse somehow, which I think is really interesting because all I really have is just my basic memory of Persona 5, but I'm only on Madarame, not Madarame. Yeah, Madarame is I'm on Madarame right now, and just from that, like the beginning to there's like a noticeable amount of typos, which I didn't really pick up on the first time, which I feel like means there's more.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of typos since POC 5 and all that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't remember 4 having that many.
I can't even remember if there was any in 4 actually. And there was a lot of text in 4. If we're talking about P4 or SMT4.
SMT4.
Yeah, there was a lot of text in that. I don't remember there being a significant number of typos. But so far the game is better in some ways, but it also feels a little unnecessary, like Catherine with the forceful like nature where they include the new girl. So it's whatever. I actually don't have positive or negative feelings towards the game yet. So I got it one day early, and I just haven't played it that much because who needs that when I could just watch The Thing and other movies I already know I like over and over again. Which that reminds me, what have you guys been doing for the whole Ronies thing for your recreation?
I've been sewing face masks for the hospital.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah. It's kind of terrifying that they actually need that, though, to be honest. So I'm not too thrilled about it.
But you're doing a public service. You should make some that are like Jack Frost mouths and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna sew embroider a little one on one of mine.
The one I have is like red polka dots. But I noticed that that's like a booming industry now, is like the face mask thing.
Yeah, everyone's making them.
I made some out of denim, and people really like those.
Out of denim? How's the breathe? That seems like there wouldn't be a lot of breathability.
No, but use them.
You'll never get sick that way. Nothing gets in.
It's not the super thick denim; it's the thin, stretchy stuff.
Oh, like the current like fashion type denim where it's
It's still like it works, but that's what I have.
All right. So the lesson here so far, guys, is we're not getting anything Megaten related. Just Persona. Also play Persona 5R and also play iSomnium. And that's just in case you guys, fell asleep while we were talking. The next step.
Don't forget Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yeah, I mean everyone forgot Tokyo Mirage.
Even the Atlus forgot it.
Actually, so one of the things that bothered me about that is, so my understanding is that Nintendo was in charge of marketing for that game, right?
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And they literally haven't said anything since the game out. Like,
yep.
What is that called when you know how in movies where they release the movie in January because that's the like dead month where no one, it's gonna fail, so you just put it there anyway?
Yeah. It's January.
Yeah.
Is that what they did with Tokyo Mirage Sessions? That's sad.
Left it out to dry. Yes, they did.
I've seen a few theories about that, so that's I don't know if I think that, but I don't know
if they did it with games. With movies, it specifically has to do with fiscal year stuff and managing to get a loss basically and write it off. But I don't know if games would bother doing that. It might be different for them. I don't know.
What would they gain from doing that? If they just did it out of, like, what would the purpose of it? Because they brought it out of nowhere. Like, the game was already done. Like, they brought it out just to kill it again. Like, what was I doing for them?
I don't know. Maybe there was a 2-game contract or something.
Okay, that might be something. I don't know. But if there was, you think they would try something else, didn't they? I mean, they would. They might. I mean,
this would be significantly cheaper than trying something else. Would be just a port with a new SKU.
Maybe they thought it was like what the fan base thought. It was just because of the Wii U, but it wasn't because of the Wii U.
Yes, because it was on the. Well, I mean, we can talk about it in a little bit, but we already know the Switch is a bad console based on some of the sales figures for certain things. Speaking of sales figures, Catherine Full Body is coming to the Switch. Or priced at $999 on GameStop when the pre-order first opened, which is a deal. I mean, they know that there's a lot of like naive Nintendo fans. They might have been like, "Oh, this is a really good game."
A lot of Switch owners with their parents' credit cards.
Yeah, this is the Switch is literally like Fortnite for like Nintendo people.
I'm sure there's someone out there who pre-ordered it for that price.
You think they get refunded or no?
Yes,
for sure. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
But if you do pre-order, you do get this really cute keychain that I will admit is very nice. I like it a lot.
A sheep or?
Yeah, it's a sheep.
Yeah, okay.
So the thing that bothered me about this announcement though is that it's gonna come with all the DLC, and that's like $25 of DLC, and like they haven't made any mention of whether they're gonna like do that same justice for the people who bought that game on the Vita and PS4.
Why would they? Or just
Nintendo, they won't.
How would you expect that?
Well, because that's scummy to release a game or release a remaster for a game with a bunch of DLC, charge $24 for all that DLC, and then a year later, not even a whole year later, you announce that you're porting it, and then the people who get the port get all that whole game for free. Or that whole DLC pack for free.
Larrue, thanks for beta testing, bro.
This is the beta test, actually. I think that the whole Catherine selling on the Switch is like it's like a test to see how like these sort of games do on the Switch. You know, like niche but somewhat mature games. I also think that it's them figuring out how if they can still easily make it work on that console, because the Catherine one, was that the one that used the Embryo engine, or did Catherine Full Body also use the in-game engine that P5 used?
I think he used P5, I'm pretty sure.
Because that's the prevailing theory, is that if it uses the same engine as P5 and P5R, then that might be grounds for seeing how porting it to the Switch would work. Which I don't like. I don't like that theory because it's one of those like, oh, these are all kind of like convenient things with causation. Correlation.
Everything leads to Persona 5.
Yeah, even if you even break free from Persona, it equals Persona 5, really. I don't know what this news is. It just says Switch babies.
Switch babbies, specifically. But yeah, that article is about so many people are like making a run on everything from food to toilet paper, everything else. One of those objects that's highly desired is the Switch, and so everyone's fucking buying one because they're worried that they can't go outside or whatever. So people make wrong Switches, and there's a shortage, and price being driven up. And of course, I'm sure there's people who are fucking scalping Switches right now.
I would have scalped. One of the things, my biggest regrets is not getting the Animal Crossing one so I could flip it, because I didn't know that it was going to be that like in demand.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
I warned you.
I know.
How many casuals there are out there?
People who like their weird
baby games
with a B-star skin.
Have you seen the people who are selling Animal Crossing villagers online, bro? Like, speaking of this, Like I saw people selling villages for like $350. Yeah, like in the game, if you have someone leaving your town, someone else can come in and take them from you for free. Well, not for free, but like in the game.
Wow.
And people are selling them online for like $300. Like that's crazy.
That's just so you could have like a cool looking giraffe or like a whatever.
Yes.
Kind of not. I mean,
are they procedurally generated or like is there a stock of?
There's a stock on.
Oh, okay.
But there's only like 8 personality traits, and so it's like they're not really that good. They're like basically all the same.
So it's a bunch of people like baby games just getting mad. That's what you're trying to tell me.
The thing that surprises me the most is that if you were, an actual gamer, you'd have a gaming PC. That way, you can just experience a game max quality on your PC and still have fun, and you can still use it for other things. With the Switch, once it inevitably dies in a year or two, you just have like a nice, really cheaply made paperweight that you paid $300 for.
You took it too far.
Nintendo Switch has games.
As game.
And emulate your mobile games on there. Instead of, your mobile phone.
Wait, can you connect your phone to your Switch? Is that what you're saying?
I have no idea how it works.
I know that if you have a hack Switch, you can like stream from your PC to it, but I think you probably could with your phone too, I guess. But
that's crazy because there's a really interesting, better version of that called the PlayStation Remote Play. You can literally play a PS4 game on your phone, on your computer, or on your Vita, which is how I play Persona 5R.
Well, yeah, they had to put that in there because there's no games for the PS
Vita. Hey, that's the only way I can beat Bloodborne now, is playing on my Vita. Speaking of playing on your Vita, Sega Forever is happening. I don't know what this article is either.
They're going to be doing more news and like promoting older games again and from defunct consoles.
They're going to port classic games to more consoles now.
Okay, that's so then, because I've never even heard of Sega Forever till you shared this article. Is that just like the name of the initiative to make this sort of thing?
I think so. I just found it randomly because it showed up in my little feed that I made.
Oh, so it's free to play games for your smartphone and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not going to focus just on those anymore. It's going to focus on their older titles from their consoles.
Which that could be potentially really good, especially if. But then, I guess, will they region lock that kind of thing? Because there are some Sega games that I really want that I just can't have. For instance, that Purikura Daikusen, the one that me and Neb were trying to play, which is this weird shooting thing game.
Yeah,
that has Jack Frost in it.
Yeah, that was a real fucking dead end.
I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Hopefully, because there's quite a few of older games I'd like to play too.
Yeah,
I think it depends how they release it. If they might make like a game, or like they might like do they might do like what the thing on Switch has, the
was there an expensive store thing?
Yeah, that
where you pay you
pay like $20 for the game series. It comes out like every other month or so or whatever. They might do that.
I would highly recommend this article, not because it really has any information that's interesting, but because it has a video linked in which there's a short interview with Yuzo Konshiro, who was the composer for Streets of Rage, which is the best video game of all time.
Yeah, it actually has one of the best quotes from any media ever. You know the quote, right, Neb?
Yes, Streets of Rage has a quote. I think it was actually Streets of Rage 2 that has the quote.
It's 2, yeah.
Yes, the quote is, only trust your fists, police will never help you. Which is true. That's my motto. But yeah, Yuzo Konshiro is one of my favorite composers because Streets of Rage 1 has my favorite music ever. And he sort of goes into like how his process or whatever. I don't understand any of the stuff he's talking about. But it's very cool. So you should go watch that video.
Why is he holding an apple?
That's a great question. He's a mysterious individual.
Why aren't you holding an apple?
It's a good question.
Got him.
I had no answer for that.
was that supposed to be gun cocking?
Yeah, it's getting ready.
Don't do that sound anymore. The next thing that's on our docket is the Summer of Gaming event in June. So it seems like IGN is collaborating with 2K. 2K? Who's 2K?
We talked about this already.
We did?
We sort of already addressed this.
That's the first
thing. Well, is it?
We didn't see other companies, but we talked about it,
yeah we did.
It's the first thing we talked about.
It's IGN.
Why is it on here twice?
I don't know.
Neb, Glib?
No, I didn't do that.
Bro.
I'm mad because, first of all, I forgot
blaming Neb.
We didn't say what the event was. We just said it was a digital event that's taking over E3.
Yeah, we did get extremely sidetracked.
Yeah, but
yeah, you're saying 2K is running it. 2K is the publisher for a bunch of studios. They
Civ,
did,
right?
BioShock.
Yeah, they do Civ.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's the only thing I care about then. So
you want to play Civ on console or no?
No, I'm saying no. You play Civ on PC. You never play any game on console if it's on PC already.
The only thing you really need to know is that Namco and Sega are going to be there.
Yeah, Namco, Sega, Amazon, Google Stadia. Everyone's excited about that. Twitter.
All right. Okay.
And I keep seeing the name Devolver Digital in places, but I don't know who they are.
They make Hotline Miami, and
they're burgeoning indie publisher. There's that annoying meme banana game that they've been promoting that looks really good, but the promotional stuff is extremely annoying. I think they publish Gris, whatever the fuck it's called, which is like an artsy game.
Probably Gris if it's spelled GRIS. That's
I'm not going to pronounce it right. I'm going to disrespect them entirely. There's a lot of stuff that they publish. They're good. They're good people.
Devolver Digital also the guys who do the parody E3 shows every year.
Yes.
Remember, have you seen those before?
Cool. No,
they have I don't know if they've dropped it, but they have some kind of mascot guy who's like a parody of like an insane CEO man. I don't know if they still do that, but yeah, they're pretty funny. They're good.
Well, E3's dead. They probably won't.
Doesn't sound funny. Well, I mean, sounds like this is their thing, their parody E3, because it just sounds like E3 again. But no.
It's all right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Sony on there. Which did you guys see Sony's new controller? What is it called? The DualSense?
Yeah,
it's the DualSense.
Like, I get that they have to put like an adjective next to dual if they want to keep that D, but DualSense is like I have like 5 senses at least. So, like, what are they implying?
Well,
read my heart rate.
The average Sony fan can only leverage 2 senses at a time.
That's true. They're dumber than Nintendo fans.
They're more instinctual.
It looks like an Xbox controller, but the way that they place the the dual analogs, I've always not really liked where they put them. I like them asymmetrical, but I'm gonna buy one anyway.
Yeah, I don't like how it starts off as being white. That's the first one, right?
Yeah, but it's like,
I don't like that.
I like it because then you could judge the person because then you'll know if they're one of those people that eats Cheetos and keeps playing without washing their hands. Like that's what I thought. I was like, it's a natural deterrent.
That was your first thought for real.
Yes.
That's the Cheeto Tiger camo.
Then like
good upgrade.
You go to a new friend's house, you could say, "Oh, can I play on your DualSense?"
Here's your controller, bro. You got the orange one.
And that's when you're like, sorry, I gotta
go. My favorite one of those. Did you see the one where it's like that weird, fucked up, like samurai controller with like the symbols on the letters? What
game is it for?
I don't know. It was some promotional for some shitty game that sucked, but the controller itself is like this giant indecipherable thing with a skull in the middle, and all the letters have different symbols that are not normal. It's not like the square and the triangle.
Oh wow. I see the picture of it now. What is that?
Who made this controller, actually?
Yeah, I think that's
amazing.
See, the eyes light up. That's crazy.
Yeah, they turn green. Yeah, I found that other picture from another.
What do you do if you go to someone's house and they hand you that?
Here, bro. Here's your controller.
Yeah. What are we playing? Persona 4.
Am I gonna die if I use this?
Wow. So this was made that long ago. What is this? 2009. So, ugh.
That's like over 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah, but that's PS3 era, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's PS4 yet, but it was a hilarious object. We'll post a picture in the description.
Wait a second. Are the eyes the start and the menu button? Because I don't see those. Where are those at?
Probably.
See, I don't know.
Probably.
This controller is so cursed.
Oh yeah, the mask. It has a mask. That's why I didn't look as familiar. The image I originally saw, the mask was on, so I didn't recognize the skull. Also, like this controller I found was look at it. I think this is from a fantasy show, but yeah, imagine you go over your friend's house, like, hey, let's play this fighting game. They give you this. Like, fuck you.
You leave.
Piece of garbage.
Whoever listening is gonna be so confused.
Yeah, we'll post pictures for people to follow along. In the video, why don't you edit these JPEGs in at this time code?
Oh yeah, if you timestamp exactly where it is.
All right. Oh yeah, I'll do that.
This is the Player 2 collection.
Oh, what is this one?
It just showed up. It was part of the search. I don't know.
That's even more cursed. Look at look. Okay, you're supposed to hold your hands like on the side. It has teeth on the bottom. That's not normal. You don't have teeth in your controller.
The YouTube the video name is Ninja Controller, unboxing PlayStation controller, collector's edition, Freak, PS2, gamepad, Fortnite Battle Royale.
That's some good SEO, brother.
Yes. Okay, let's not talk about this anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We really had to go over that, but tell us what's next.
So we're sneakily getting Megami Tensei 1 for the NES port. It's coming to the Switch via a very unusual way. Why don't you explain, Glib?
Okay, so Namco has this thing they're doing. They're going to port not all of them, but like some of the old games to Switch. And apparently they own the rights to Megami Tensei 1. So it's going to Switch too. That's the news.
Yeah.
It's going to come in a collection, right? Is that the deal?
Yes.
Kind of like with the Sonic and Friends collections that they used to make. Which is what all Sega did for about a decade, is just repackage Sonic.
Namco does that too a lot. Which is kind of weird considering they haven't done this before, I don't think. Because they do these.
Yeah, they haven't done. Often. They definitely haven't done MT. I don't think, but they've done like Namco Museum with every fucking Pac-Man. Like anyone cares.
Yeah,
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug is great. Well, okay.
A very hard anti-Dig Dug stance.
Dig Dug is literally like the precursor to Streets of Rage.
Eat shit. No, don't you ever disrespect Streets of Rage. Not in my house. I like Galaxian more than that. Brasconian rules.
You're naming bad games. So Megami Tensei 1. Right. So what I was looking at it, because I was trying to figure out like why this is happening, and from what I could see, the original version of Megami Tensei 1, the NES version, is owned by Namco, whatever. But the only ever time that this game gets ported is in the Kyoyaku form, which is owned by Atlus. So I think that they somehow have like some weird ownership thing with the first game. So I don't think that Megami Tensei 2 is going to come in that bundle or whatever, because I think that one is owned by Atlus. It's really weird. I can't even say for sure because, yeah, it's just a weird thing to look up.
Why do you think they haven't done it yet? Like done this before?
Because Atlus ports Kyoyaku to everything in Japan anyway.
You're right.
Because they need money. Otherwise, they can't afford to make all that DLC for Persona 3 4 Dancing or whatever.
They wouldn't keep porting if people didn't buy it over there. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry, I lost the English for a bit.
Did you find it yet?
Die. Anyway, in other news, I don't know why we're talking about this. Persona 5 Royal was released early in Australia. They don't have anything going on in Australia. That's where criminals were sent. So it's like, good thing they got
also official stance. Fuck Australia. You're from Australia, we'll fight you in real life.
Insane. Yeah. What is happening right now?
We're taking sides. We're entering a new paradigm, and you have to pick sides. If you're in the middle, if you're neutral, we're gonna kick your ass. Someone's gonna get you.
Neutral gets its ass kicked every time, anyways.
Find your allies.
Yeah, SMT1 protagonist found that out the hard way.
Australia, not an ally. Sorry, enemy.
So that's a thing that Glib put there. Just so you guys know, we talked about that specifically because of Glib. No one here cared. It wasn't in our notes, like in our notes channel. Glib thought it was important.
Look, I made the notes today, so you know what? I'll do my work, okay? Don't judge me.
Well, suspicious that you're putting news about Australia in there.
Yeah, I know. What is your prerogative?
Chill out.
Yeah, what are you, Australian?
You want to strip on the Bobby?
There were
your baby?
Quite a few other people that got it early too.
Weeks. I noticed that. Well, it didn't seem consistent because I saw people in Canada getting it like at least 2 to 3 days earlier. Was it just people? Was it specific shops that were just breaking the street date because they wanted to make the sale, or what?
Yeah, it was GameStop, I think.
Yeah, and I think some other countries shipped it out early because they weren't sure if they were going to be able to ship anything.
Ah.
I remember GameStop also put out Doom Eternal out early too. Because it came out same day as Animal Crossing. So I think that was them.
I heard good things about Doom Eternal.
It's pretty tight.
Wow.
That's a good game. That's an ally of the show.
I saw this dumb fan video that someone edited of like the Doom guy in Animal Crossing style playing death metal with the Animal Crossing people.
Don't hate those jokes.
Yeah, don't look at those
jokes.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah,
that happened. Yeah. Speaking of dumb jokes, how Persona 5 Royal's new characters were made, audio log was uploaded on YouTube. I think that was through IGN where they interviewed was it just Soejima?
It might have been. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he was definitely there. I don't know if anyone else was.
It's just Soejima from what I saw. I might have just saw a clip though.
I mean, you're not missing much if you've read any of the other statements he's made about Kasumi, but definitely watch it, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically him just rehashing the Famitsu article and all the other articles he did in Japan for Kasumi. It's the same exact statements.
And I think the only reason why this was like permitted to happen is because they're just assuming the West hasn't read the translations on like Persona Central or something.
I mean, I'm on the show and I barely read all this stuff.
So, that's for real.
I wouldn't mind if they continue translating more stuff so people know it.
Yeah, it's nice because not everyone's like a super fan like Spider reading everything about Persona 5.
I don't read everything, just most. Yeah.
I mean, some of it's really interesting. Like that statement from the Persona 5 Striker guy about how they just design games for the West, for the East. I like screenshotted that because I thought it was really funny. But yeah, so definitely watch that. I'll put that in the description of the YouTube thing. Let's talk about DX2, D2.
Yes.
D squared.
DX2. We already talked about Sherrick, I think. She was already data mined, so that's not really news. Berserk is coming. It's going to be probably okay. Guts is probably going to be broken. We're all going to have fun.
Is there anything new?
Yeah, have they data mined any other characters?
Oh, for
not that I know.
Berserk,
no. I haven't really been following the server though, so I don't know. I might be missing some news.
You're like the only. Well, all three of you guys are in the server, right?
Yeah, but I don't give a shit. I just shit post there.
I don't read there unless I accidentally click on it and get stuck in a conversation.
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Corona, oops, censor that out, bro. You got that? Ever since
the Ronies.
Ever since the Ronies, I haven't played D2 at all.
You mumbled, so I don't understand you anyway.
Ever since the Ronies started, bro, I'm not playing D2 at all. It's Animal Crossing every day, bro. I'm sorry.
Wow, baby brain.
Kind of whack.
Maybe you have it. Does it make your brain a babies? Make it a baby games?
You know how in Bloodborne you want to fill your brain full of eyes?
No,
fills his brain with babies.
You line.
What does that mean?
Line them with eyes. Okay, whatever.
Insight. How you see the world as it really is.
I don't like Bloodborne because it's based on H.P. Lovecraft, and we all know H.P. Lovecraft was racist against black people. So
real eyes, real lies, bro.
I mean, you can't deny that's a really cool name.
I hate eye puns.
I see what you mean. Oh, I could feel the hate. Okay, let's not do this right now. So, they also put more floors in Orgate, which is cool. Yes. I still haven't finished Orgate 2, so I can't see them yet. Have you guys gotten into it?
Yeah, I'm on floor 3 of the new section. The bosses are getting a little fucked up. It's pretty brutal. But it's, it's going to be the conclusion of this dumb story, which is written by an idiot, which is cool. So we want to more of this.
It's a deep story. It's like the best story they have in DX2.
It is.
Actually, you're right. This is good.
Other than the events are good too, I think. But this is probably...
Oh, yeah. I always read the first part of the event, and then I just skip everything else. So I don't know what happens in any of them.
The latest one was kind of, not this one, but the one before. It was actually kind of neat. It had a very extreme Sailor Moon reference. I don't know if you caught that.
What are you talking about?
The one with the Pandemonium girl, and that had the 3 guys that came out. Intimidating Stance guy and his friends.
Volcarona and the other 2.
There we go. Yeah,
Pokemon? Volcarona? What?
I don't know how to pronounce the names. I only look at them.
Corona,
My Sharona.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
Oh, Volcarona. You said Volcarona. That's a Pokemon, bro.
Oh. You know what I'm talking about, Pokemon. Games, yeah. So... By the way, the call started, so you guys better do your parts.
Okay, thank you for reminding me, because
I'm just
forgetting to log in.
Yeah, I will say the worst part about this whole situation is I've played D2 a lot less because I'm just like I have so much free time. I'd rather play something fun because because I can invest more than an hour, into like playing a video game. So I've been playing a lot of other games.
Yeah, I haven't done it a ton, but I've done it more than usual just because I'm not driving ever, really. And that's usually the thing.
Yeah, normally when I play D2, it's at work. So now I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's easier for me to do it now because I'm working from home if I need to log in and do something. I can do it at work. People aren't, I'm an adult. They're not going to fucking fire me for bringing my phone, but people come and talk to you and they da-da-da. You know how it is.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway, in these floors, speaking of which, the Argate 2 floor, you can fight a new enemy, Lucifuge. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm never going to... Lucifuge.
Lucifuge.
And you can, if you fight him, you can gain him as a friend later if you fuse him. And he has synergy with Lucifer and other tyrants, but...
It's basically just Lucifer, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna bring out Satan eventually, and whatever.
It's not tyrant, though, right? Satan is a herald.
Usually,
he's
Satan's a herald.
Really?
Never exposed.
That was
right. If you guys are wrong, I'm gonna fight all of you in real life.
It's one of the only race things that I remember.
He was tyrant. I think he was tyrant on one game. That was it.
In Majin Tensei Spiral Nemesis, he's a tyrant race, actually.
Wow.
Ooh, sorry, kid. In Megami Tensei 2, tyrant race. Kyaku Megami Tensei, tyrant race.
So you're saying all the games no one has played?
In SMT2, he's godly, which isn't a real race. Yeah, you guys are noobs. I only see Harold once. So I was right.
Which game does he herald? Oh, look, trading card summoner. That proves that it's really important.
Yeah, right. Actually, never mind. So anyway, he's definitely going to be a tyrant because it wouldn't make any sense if he wasn't. And maybe that'll be good. But right now, yeah, don't fuse him. It's a waste of mag. I'm going to do it because I've got nothing else to do. Fuck it. But
yeah, I have so much mag. It's dumb.
Wait a second. This is his Herald on SMT2 also. Man.
I have 24 million mag.
Yeah, because mag is pointless. What is the point of it?
I kind of want to make a panel 1, but it's like, what's the point? And Bale costs too much, bro. Bale costs like 8 mil by himself.
Yes. Very expensive. Right now, though, it's the best time to prepare for it because you can make Seth and Beals and Abdon for.
Oh, you're right. That's a good idea.
That's the only reason I'm doing it because it's like.
I'm glad you said that. Actually, I didn't think about that at all.
You need to use a bunch of Beals above for when he gets panels.
I'm so mad. I have 12.
Like 19 Beals above. I'm waiting.
I have like 12, and then I have a bunch in my my box that I haven't pulled out yet.
I only have 7, and I've been saving since the beginning of time.
He's going to be terrible
might
still.
Be good though because like they sort of hinted at it when they first announced 4-star panels a long time ago. They were like, well, actually, I think it was even before that. They did a poll or whatever. I think at TGS or some other event, and they read the results of the poll, and it was like Beelzebub's bad, make him better. We're disappointed, and they were like, look for a thing about that. We're gonna make him better. And then when they announced 4-star panels, he was like one of the main guys in their little slide. So in my theory, his panels are actually be really good. But
I do remember that.
I'm gonna cry. But yeah, I do agree. Most of the panels for people are really fucking bad, which is cause for alarm. But I have faith.
I can't imagine. Even if his panels are good, like he's still bad himself, so he'd probably be okay at best. You know, like I can't.
He's still really useful.
For what though? Like even for what's it called?
He's useful in Democalypse.
Not really. He's pretty. I did the calc.
Yeah, his magic damage isn't that great.
His magic is so bad because his stat is like 165, and even if his skills are a pretty high base power, it doesn't matter because his mag is weak already.
I can't use him. Thor's base magic is bad, but Mjolnir's modifier is so good that he's like one of the best lightning users.
It's multi-hit though.
Yeah, no, but I'm still saying.
Just infuse him to make him good. Duh.
And Thor has actual good panels too because he's 5-star.
Who?
Yes.
Thor?
Tor of Thunders.
Tier.
I don't really like Disney movies.
What are you talking about?
There's no Norse mythology Disney movie.
What are you talking about?
Do you know that Marvel is owned by Disney? So
okay.
Oh
he tried so hard for that, didn't you?
No, I just assumed that everyone was smart. I bet Spider got it.
Sure.
Okay.
I watch Cape Shit.
Ooh.
All I'm saying is Thor sucks because it looks ugly. I like the other Thor, the old Thor with the ugly hat.
I don't like that one, to be honest. He looks weird.
With the winged hat and clean shaven, he looks dumb.
No, with the ugly hat.
The ugly hat? What are you saying?
What?
The one from, I think it's Devil Summoner?
Oh, in Megaton.
Oh, that one, okay.
We're talking about Marvel, and then you just like switched halfway to be like, by the way.
Well, you guys just always know that I'm like pan-dimensional in terms of conversation. It's all over. You need a lot of int stat, so you should probably infuse for it.
Sounds like we need a timeline, actually.
This is ugly. I don't like it.
It looks like you.
What? No.
Anyway,
I like golden Thor.
I don't. So far, I've infused. Have you guys done any of the Universal panels yet?
Oh yeah. So Universal Spirits are out.
Used them or just gotten them? I don't know what you mean.
I'm saving mine. So the way it works is like you get universal panel shards, universal spirit shards, and every 100 turns into 1 spirit, I think. Which
it's one of those convoluted things to make you spend money, I think, because it's so much conversion that you don't really track it. I don't know, it feels manipulative.
I mean, we'll see. People are up in arms about it, at least they were on release, because the problem everyone had was if you do the math, we get them weekly, it'll take me a full year to panel someone. It's like, that's true, but
that's not what it's for, though.
Yeah, it's not. It's like they all started giving it out other ways, and they even said that in the blog post when they announced that they were releasing them.
Yeah, but it's not.
And this very first event, they gave us like, I don't know, another 15, I think. How many was it?
Then they gave 20.
20 or 30? Yeah, I don't know.
20, I think.
But like, that's pretty significant amount. And then they'll probably be doing a bunch of those throughout the year, so I don't know what the problem is.
I don't think they'll do it that often because they did probably for this one because it was like the launch one.
They're not going to do 20.
Probably like 20 max in events.
But
we'll just I don't. So the way I see it is that this is like an addition to the whole advent or whatever it's called, where you fight the thing and you get like 5 spirits or whatever. It's just like, to me, it's a way to bridge that. And then the way I actually used it, because I used mine, is I was like 10 short of doing panel 3 on my my Huang Kui or whatever his name is. No.
Chang Dai. Guan Yu.
The one that used to be meta, but he's not meta anymore.
Huang Di.
Huang Di.
I said Huang Di, yeah. That was the first thing I said.
Well, I thought you were joking. It sounded facetious. Anyways.
That's just racist.
Okay.
That one can't possibly be right.
I paneled him because I was like super close to getting it, and I feel like that's what the universal things are for. It's for when you have that like little bit because of this advent or because whatever.
Yeah,
it's not meant. If you're really not smart if you're using it to go from 0 to panel 3, like that makes no sense to me.
It's meant to round out, right. Like, because you only get 100 for every dude that you spiritize, but then the last one costs like 300. So if you get 2 of them, you still got 100 to go. You can probably finish it off with that, rather than a whole another 5-star, something like that.
Yeah, because when you do the advent specifically, you don't get enough to like go a full panel. So this is to me that solution. I think it's good. I like literally I didn't know that it was coming when it came. I was like, oh, that's kind of nice, I guess.
I guess for spirits, bro, I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a slow little build up thing that helps you round out some dudes, which is good. All said, some good stuff in DX2 and more good stuff coming when Berserk comes.
Yes, but
the Raptors came out. Did we talk about the Raptors?
No.
They're pretty bad. You can just give it real. Let's be real.
What? No, are you talking about? Gur's good.
Come on.
Anzu and Gur, and that's it.
Virgil. That guy.
Oh, yeah, that one.
His passive is sweet. It does like Mabufu every time someone dies, and it can proc off itself too, which is sweet.
That is neat. It activates by itself.
It can occur. Yeah. So if someone else kills someone, he'll cast basically a form of Mabufu, and if that kills someone, it goes again.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's pretty cool. And he's very, very fast, which is good.
I respect it.
He's not like he's fusible, so he's not going to be that good. He's not going to be as good as Masakato or whatever.
Masakato sucks.
Shut up. You don't mean that.
Have you guys done the panels for the panel or for the 4 stars at all, or not really?
Yeah, I've been fusing some Anzus because he has a really good ability for Dome Apocalypse.
I'll probably do that eventually myself.
That's what I was working on too. It's part of why I asked. I knew that Glib wouldn't have done it because that's a smart move, and historically Glib.
I was thinking about it though. Hello, I'm saving it for Seth now.
We had talked about this literally when it first came out.
I said it too. Hello. That's crazy.
Stop saying hello.
Hi. No. So for the viewers at home, if you want to make Anzus quick, play some Argate 2 because you can recruit Tiamat very easily for free.
Yep.
And Tiamat fuses into Anzu with Ose, I want to say, who's very easy to make or get from just regular files.
And it's a good demon.
Yes.
You wouldn't have found that out
normally.
You wouldn't have found that out on the DX2 Discord because they don't actually talk about strategy.
Shooting fire, shooting shots now. What are we doing?
they're enemies. Like I said, we gotta pick sides. They're not allies. I'm
sorry, Glib. I know that you want to be friends with everyone, but you either win or you lose.
Right? Vibing, bro. What can I say?
I don't know. I've just been paddling to get rid of things. Like I finally got rid of all my Jean d'Arcs. Such an annoying unit.
Yeah,
you know I had 24 of them.
Jesus, share, bro.
I would like to have 24 so I could panel.
I actually want to try using it actually, but I don't have enough to panel 3, so I don't know if I'm not.
I still don't know if she's good enough to use per se, but
she's not. But it's nice.
She could be because Orleans' Prayer is really good now.
She seems cool for playing manually, but not automatically.
Absolutely, yeah. There's probably some boss fight situation where just being able to stack buffs over and over again and give people mana is really good, but I don't know what it is.
I've heard she's good for the Fang Huang boss, the super boss one, but that's all I know she's used for.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she is useful in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I just did it to get rid of stuff, just like I've been paneling Azrael, just cause.
I will never do that. What a trash demon!
I just sell it, beer. I'll just sell it, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with that?
Just seeing. For all you know, he might be a godly demon once you panel him. You just gotta believe in him.
No, it's like plus 1% damage.
Really?
It's like, wow, great. Now he's gonna be good.
All right. Well, I mean, you guys can hate on him all you want. Did you know? By the way, that if wait, never mind. Maybe it's just my Sandophon. Yeah, it's just my Sandophon. Never mind. No. The base Sandophon damage or magic attack when you get it to level 50 without infusions or anything, it's 666. I think that's really weird.
Whoa,
that is kind of spooky, bro. How that spooky?
Trying to tell us something.
I'm shaking just thinking about it.
I don't like this devil shit
thing. So there's nothing else on here. Let's talk about questions.
No, there's what is this?
The Sega stuff. If you want to talk about that.
Well, you have a Sonic CD.
Oh, you're right.
No, it's your Sonic CD shit.
You want to talk about Sonic CD?
No, hell no.
What's it saying? Did you read it?
No.
It's just them talking about Sonic CD. We do not need to talk about Sonic CD.
They don't want to read it.
I read it when it first came out. Basically, it's just talking about the music of Sonic CD. Do you really want to know?
Not really. No, I'm just wondering.
Let's move on.
Do you know Michael Jackson made the Sonic music for 3?
I thought it was just a rumor. Is that actually true?
No, that's real.
You can hear him. He goes, "Oh!" on the one track. Which one was that? Anyway, yeah, no. I mean, it is definitely a rumor that he was personally involved, but people on his team are credited, I believe, like his specific whatever production, whatever the fuck those guys are called.
Yeah, I thought it was a similar situation to the Simpsons thing where he jumped on it, but they just credited him differently.
It could be that. I think there are some cryptic credits in the game, but I don't remember that part. I just remember that there's enough circumstantial evidence to say that, like, for sure, people in his group worked on the game. Maybe not him necessarily, but probably.
So I googled Michael Jackson Sonic, and the first video is called Five.
Is this some kind of fanfic that we shouldn't read?
No, it's just English is bad. It's 5 evidences, Sonic and Michael Jackson, but evidences.
Yeah, 5 evidences.
But yeah, it's true. And someone drew Sonic in the Michael Jackson pose with the hat tilted down.
That's not aged well, I don't think.
Don't sing again.
Let's go to questions now, please.
Sure. All right. I will start. with Twitter questions because they're significantly less cursed. We'll start with the first one from Witchy. I can't read his handle. Some at Solus. Who writes in asking, "Do you think Raido Kuzonoha might make a reappearance one day?" Spider, how about you tell us the answer?
As other than DLC? No.
Yeah, they don't really make a habit of reusing main characters. So I mean,
I think the only time is Soul Hackers. In Soul Hackers, he's a super boss.
Well, do they mean the character or the title? Because I can see like the title coming back up.
Yeah, the title. If they make another Soul or Devil Summoner game, sure. But the actual specific Rider the 14th, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I assume he's talking about the specific instance of that character, but he could be talking more broadly. I'm not sure.
It'd be nice. I mean, but I doubt it.
Yeah. Unless it's a situation like the Diamond Realm DLC. That's another like thing I could think of. If they make another game and they just want, a fan favorite to come back, they'll do that, I guess.
I forgot that existed.
It's because it's boring and
it is pretty dumb. It is neat, but it's dumb. Walking around that fucking zone is like, ugh.
It's good fan service.
Yeah, that's a better version of fan service. That's DLC that's kind of like interesting versus, Persona 5 R DLC where you lock the super bosses behind content and you can see that it's there and it also locks the trophies away too. So you can't platinum the game without it.
Really? I thought
that's what I was told.
I thought the way trophy works for DLC is they have different categories. So like, I remember I played Spider-Man. It was the main game DLC. The main game trophies, then DLC trophies separately. Because remember I bought the game. It came with 3 DLC packs. So I had the first game, the main game, and the DLC, and each separate thing. They're all separated by themselves by each DLC thingy.
So then
I'm not sure how it works with the.
So then does that mean that you can platinum the game without doing all the DLC? I'm really confused about it.
You should be.
I was under the impression that like the way it worked was you can get a platinum by just doing the base achievements or whatever they're called, trophies.
The way it should work is you can platinum each different thing by itself. The different sets. They're not the same. They don't count as the same thing.
Okay, I just looked at the thing. DLC is not included in that. It looks like what they did is they actually removed a lot of the actual hard to get trophies from Persona 5. It looks like they took that off the list, and it's basically just focusing on playing the game and then doing all the new content. Because some of the things was like really annoying actually. Like to me, one of the worst things that you could do in a game is complete the compendium, and that's one of the things you have to do in Persona 5 to get plat. But in this game, it looks like you have to beat the game. That's basically it, which is good.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Because only psychopaths do the whole compendium.
Yeah, there have been a couple games where I'm like, oh, this might be fun, and then like 10 minutes, I'm like, all right, fuck this. This sucks.
I've never completed the entire compendium ever.
Yeah.
That'll be the next one. The next thing we do for Spoilercast. Yeah, completed the compendium in what game has the most demons?
I think 4A does.
Yeah, completed the compendium in 4A.
It's gonna take me 6 months to beat the game if we do that.
We don't have to beat the game; just do the compendium.
Yeah, just do the compendium and stop playing.
Don't you have to beat the game almost, basically?
I think you do, actually.
4A, I think you would have to unlock Satan.
Because
you probably do both. You have to probably do all the routes, don't you? Because you have to get all the stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a nightmare.
All the endgame stuff too.
Never mind.
We need to get off this trail. Fuck this discussion.
Let's go back to questions.
I forgot.
Next question is from Baofu Lover 545 at Totoro_4. Haven't played them yet, but a lot of the demons in the Devil Children games are really cute. Are there any modern demons you'd like to see in that style? Larrue, you tell us your expert opinion on Devil Children.
I mean, technically, we do get to see some demons in that style because we have King Frost and Frost Ace to thank. I mean, from Devil Children. So, thank you, Devil Children, for those. think and Lucifrost too. Lucifrost either came out in Devil Summoner 1 or Devil Children. I don't remember which one came first. I don't know if I would like that because we're looking at who were we looking at yesterday or early this morning? It was that SMT4 demon. Either way, it just didn't translate well. It looked bad because one of the problems with the Devil Children Bestiary or Demon Compendium is that they had a bunch of different people do different demon designs. So there's like 6 artists credited for demons, and you can tell which ones are Kaneko. You can tell which ones. Well, that's basically it. But then because of that, it's super inconsistent, and I don't like it. I would not like to see a thing like that. We kind of already have that problem where some demon art is really old, and you can see that it's drawn on paper, and then you can see some that are digital, but drawn on low resolutions. What they need to do is redraw everything and unify it all, but not Doi. Like I don't want him to redraw it. I want someone good to draw it.
Doi's good. What?
I just want to like make people mad. That's what we're gonna do. This
I
agree. Though. I don't want that to happen.
So to recap the things that you should be mad about: Switch sucks. So does Sony. Animal Crossing bad.
To answer the question on my end, I'd want to see Demiurge in Devil Children style. That'd be funny.
Chibi Demiurge.
Yeah, cute little Demiurge.
I want to see Diana.
Of the world.
What?
Who?
Diana.
The boob girl?
Right. Yes.
She's already in that style.
She is?
Idiot.
Bro, insane. Okay, let's say Mother Harlequin.
Frost.
What? You lying to me.
I haven't finished Puzzle the Call, but is Mothman in there?
Actually, I don't know.
I'd like to see a little Mothman or a Bugaboo.
He would be too cute.
They have the other Bugaboo.
I don't want Buckaboo. I just Bugaboo.
Yeah, Buckaboo fucking sucks. That's the worst.
That's not the same person, Larrue, man. You hating. Crazy.
What?
That's not the same thing.
This thing that people call Strawberry Frost, that's Diana.
It's named Diana, but it's not Diana.
Okay. I mean, it's Diana, but whatever.
I hate Larrue.
I hate this topic. Let's move on. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay. The Uncanny Experience at Uncanny EXP writes in asking, how would you like a Devil Survivor 3 to be? And
not existent.
Put this one to Glib. There we go. I wanted to pass the ball to you, but you're ready. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like strategy games, but I could not get into Devil Survivor. I've mentioned it before. I might try again in the future, but kick your ass. It just wasn't very fun. I got bored. What about you guys?
I would like it if it was more like Devil Survivor 1, where it's more serious, self-contained, instead of being super like lol. Look at all these self-referential things. To me, that was like a turn off. It made me really not like Devil Survivor 2. I know a lot of people loved that about it though. So I don't know. As long as it was still drawn by Yasuda, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't really like the Devil Survivor characters or story all that much, but I do like the gameplay. It's kind of a shame that, the director did Tokyo Mirage Sessions. They originally were going to do a strategy game, but yeah.
That would have made sense with their supposed Fire Emblem team-up type thing.
Yeah, he previously worked on Growlancer too, so...
Yeah, it makes no sense because everyone in that who is involved have such profound experience making strategy RPGs. Albeit, Fire Emblem ones are never really good, but the other ones are pretty good. So for them to have all this experience and then to just do something else,
Nintendo's like, no, be more creative.
Yeah, can you just make Persona 5 but different and worse and less likable because no one wanted it?
I should have got this guy team. They got the good stuff right there.
And I love Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I'm the only one in the world who does. And it was just a bad idea. Like it shouldn't exist, which is sad to say. I don't know why we're talking about this. Devil Survivor 3 could also be Tokyo Mirage Sessions in a way, you know.
Yeah, there
Definitely.
we go.
We already
Devil
have two
Survivor.
idols.
There is, yeah.
Actually, 3 idols.
Combine the franchises. Okay, another question comes in from Bidiest on Twitter at a bunch of letters. I'm not going to read that. Do you put significant value in character development and progression when it comes to mainline SMT? In your opinion, should SMT5 prioritize these aspects?
Neb, you first.
I don't put any value in it at all because it's usually done poorly. But if they were to really hammer in on that could be quite interesting. Usually what happens is you meet the characters who are going to be the route reps, and then they sort of hint towards what they're going to do, and then at some point they just do like a 180 flip, and they're like, all right, I'm all in on this now. I'm going to put on my trench coat and pick up an SMG, and I'm going to be evil, or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, so to sum it up, no, but I could. We'll see.
I agree with Neb. Basically, I don't really value it in SMT, but I'd appreciate if they did it. If they tried it, that'd be kind of neat. But if they don't do it, it's fine.
Yeah, for a game that has so much text, you'd think that there would be some more significant, like, identifiable traits and things like that.
Wow.
Like, I guess in 4,
wow,
original 4, it's the most apparent.
Wow.
Would you like to chime in?
Well, first of all, you're wrong. I'm of the opinion that when it comes to mainline games, people always say that the focus is the world and not the characters, but I like don't think that's exactly accurate. For the games in general, it's mostly about what you think about like the characters. So I get that they're somewhat superficial at times. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're a little superficial at sometimes, but that's kind of the point of some of the characters, like Isamu.
Sure.
I think that's the point. They're not supposed to be like actual people. They're supposed to be like stand-ins for what they think. Like, I mean, for that.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are actual people. It's just I don't think the audience gets enough time to spend with them because for some reason people need time to like watch them do inane things like eat burgers and shit to feel attached.
True.
The only characters I can think of that are near people were like the Strange Journey cast, I think. Other than that, I can't think of any. I think they tried it with 4, but it didn't really work. I don't think. It came off really awkward to me.
I think it worked.
In 4, you can see some progression, but I think, like, Walter is kind of a dumb progression, I think. I didn't really like his...
Walter's not an intelligent man.
Which is my problem with most of 4, to be honest. I think 4 would be amazing, like, if it had more stuff in it, I think. But I think I also didn't do all the DLC, so I don't know. Well, I know I didn't.
So what were you were talking, Larrue, you were being wrong about how there's real characters and not just cardboard cutouts. What were you saying?
Yeah, because, so the problem that people have is that a lot of the characters, especially in like Strange Journey and SMT4, which are the ones that have a lot of character in the cast, it relies on you to actually do side quests, to actually talk to the what do you call it, the NPCs, and just explore the world, because a lot of it is built that way. One thing that I always hear about like SMT4 is how people don't like Navarre, and like that he's like a joke character or whatever. But then when you do his whole story, it's pretty interesting. And even just playing the game without doing his quests, you still get a pretty good sense of who he is. But people just, I don't know, they just have they just like shut off their brain when you can read all the text. And I think that's a problem with like the way some people experience the games, is that they focus more on the general, and either they're not really absorbing what's happening, or they're just kind of summarizing it in their brains.
I've never heard of people really disliking Navarre's arc, but I know people dislike his character in general because he's kind of annoying. But this design is very annoying to look at too. I know, which I think
I can agree with the sentiment, but I think Navarre is kind of annoying in 4 in general though, because he feels like a not strong man because they made the game, I guess, but like they came off to me like they didn't really know what to do with Mikado, how to make it look bad, I guess. So I had to make him to like force a way to make it look terrible, or make it look worse than it was before. I couldn't really force him.
I think they made plenty of reasons to make Mikado look bad throughout the story.
Yeah,
it's very subtle.
They do a lot of like classism stuff.
Yeah,
and like it's more like I don't think Navarre is the. I mean, he's kind of like the poster boy for that, but in a lot of ways, I think that his character gets, and a lot of characters in the game, even people who don't even have names, there's like weird little sub arcs with them. I think that that's a part of what makes the game like important at all. I wouldn't even like SMT4 if it didn't have all of that actual living world. Most SMT games don't have that, which is why I kind of disagree, because I think that if they put enough time to give dumb NPCs story arcs, that speaks a lot. I mean, the problem with SMT4's cast is not really that they don't have characters, so they're just annoying. Like they're like Persona 5 characters where, I mean, well, actually no, because they're more realistic, but because they're like realistic teenagers, that makes them very annoying, because teenagers by virtue of being a teenager is annoying. And that's how I took it anyways. I was like, Walter is that cliche edgy kid. Jonathan is that cliche like glib type person.
What does that mean?
Yo.
And then
which one of the three would be the most likely to be a school shooter if guns existed in Mikado?
Sorry.
Walter.
Yeah. Walter easily. I don't know how to answer the question.
He's kind of like a quarterback type guy, you know? It could be John.
Yeah.
It could be. I'm just saying, he could be like the computer kid.
He's afraid of fish and he can't read.
True.
So he's halfway there. So basically my point is that I think that in general there is character development. It's just done poorly, especially in the older games, either because of limitations or because, it's just SMT-if, which you can't do story at all. So
yeah.
So I think that SMT5 should prioritize character, because when you have a game like Catherine or Strange Journey where the characters are done well, or Digital Devil Saga, it makes the game a lot more memorable. And those are the games that people recommend all the time, because I think that the character development being there is such a core value.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it turns out. It'll be interesting. They won't really have an excuse not to. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, they have all this delay because of the Ronies.
Yeah, they got plenty of time now. Get to
I'd rather them keep it simple than doing what they did in Apocalypse, trying to make it more marketable. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please.
And don't age the characters down again, please. Just never do that again.
Delete Asahi.
And
kill Asahi.
And Toki, too.
Super dry.
Delete a Toki 100%. God. That triggered me. Okay.
It's funny because I was more annoyed by Gaston, but okay.
I don't know,
man.
Do you remember like the ether pot part when the Toki gets horny? Because that's
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking about, man.
That's P5R bad, if you know what I mean.
One of what? What's more?
Oh, there's a new romance in P5R who's
What? All right, I'm gonna have to investigate this myself. Maybe it's a poor result.
You should probably not.
That doesn't sound very
disappointing.
Should I not Google it?
Crazy. Nep's on it crazy right now.
Yeah, sending this to the feds, dude.
That's wild.
Okay, it's getting late. More questions. We have one from Richard Burns. That's a great name. Who writes on Facebook, thoughts on the good and bad aspects of S&T and Persona fandoms. We've sort of talked about this before.
We talk about it every week. Every podcast.
Sort of, we talk shit about you guys all the time. So, I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
Pretty easy to talk shit about the fandom.
Yeah. Does anyone have any new updates they'd like to give about who they hate or like about the fandoms?
Let's just do the good things this time for once.
Look
nice.
at you.
Okay, like there's some of them. There's not too many of them. Guess that's good.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of one either.
Good things about the fandom. I'm seeing more fan art lately.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice fan art, yeah. Nice Muri mixes. Not as much as before, but there has been some.
The Ronies Japanese Photoshop stuff where they Photoshop demons into like abandoned parts of Japan right now.
Oh yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
Well, that was actually that was cool.
What was that? I think we talked about it before. What was that weird live action video that guy made where he like photoshopped in weird digital versions of demons?
I've heard this before.
Yeah, that guy, he's like pretty popular on Twitter. All he does is those weird edits where he puts like the old sprites into the real world.
Yeah, that was tight.
It looks so nice with the old sprites, though.
It does actually. He has a very specific aesthetic that works. I forgot his name. Like, I think his handle's like NMDS or something. Something like that.
I have no idea. I just remember seeing that online and being like, damn, that rules.
Let's see what other positives. This is kind of hard.
Well, that's the only ones. Let's move on. Good parts. No,
I can't think of anything besides like talking about stuff you like. That's like regular to the series. Like I like talking about like design theory of people and like how the Kaneko gets somewhere with his designs. I guess that's kind of neat, but that's not really
Well, discussion's a nice thing when it happens.
Yeah, I like talking about things like, I guess in depth. I guess I like talking about like the theory behind stuff. That's it.
Game theory.
Yeah, I mean that's good that you feel that way. Tried not to about just but I just leaned into it. I was like, fuck it. Okay, another one comes from Spencer Presley, who writes in on Facebook asking, what did you think of Persona 5 Royale review scores and it being the highest rated game of the year? Is that true?
That is true.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not surprised. Who's surprised by this? Like, what?
I am.
Why?
Not. People actually played it now.
So the thing that bothers me about it, well, okay, I guess the thing to lead into is I don't agree with the scores. Because when you read the interviews, there's a weird... So,
Larrue,
yeah,
there's two different things between deserved scores and the scores that they give them. Let's talk about that first.
Yes. Okay. So if I was going to rate this game, like to give an understanding, I would rate like Strange Journey, for instance. I would give it like an 8 out of 10, which to me is a very good game. I would give this game like a 6 out of 10, which sounds really harsh, but when I think about games that are 10 out of 10, I can't think of any game. And when I think of a game that's 9 out of 10, I can't really think of anything right now either.
I feel that. I feel that.
Just think of Devil Children.
You're the one thinking of Devil Children. Anyway, but yeah. So to me, to have a realistic setting of the score matters a lot. I think that most games that are really good are around 8s, and to have a 9 or a 10, it has to be exceptional. And there's things that Persona 5 Royal does that immediately discredits it from being a 10 out of 10, which one of those things being its DLC practices. Its DLC is not actually DLC. It's all built onto the game. It's you just paying for it to unlock it. And I hate that. I hate that kind of practice. I don't. It's okay to make that permissive, and everyone being excited for it and accepting it bothers me a lot. So that lowers it down at least 1 point. Then you have the amount of content that's been added. My friend Spencer, who asked the question, he beat the game in 100 hours, which means that even with the new content, he did everything. He platinumed it his first run. So even doing everything in the game, it only took him 100 hours, meaning that it's basically about what the original one was plus another 10 to 20 hours. So then you have that, and then also it's re-released super early. Not even a full 5 years, I think, because it first came out in 2016. So those things all bring it down to like a 7. And then you just have the fact that, to me, the game, although the gameplay is very good, in my opinion, the story and characters are very not good, in my opinion. So then I can't rate it high. But the gameplay is so good that I have to at least give it a 6, because that's like a D. But it sounds bad, but to me, that's not bad. So
you're grading it on academic scores?
I'm grading. I'm just trying to make it easier to conceptualize that. It sounds really bad because D is a really bad grade, but what I'm saying is that it passes, and most games, in my opinion, don't pass.
C passed.
I
thought you're saying like in academic terms a C passes. I don't think a D passes.
A D. Well, I mean, you do some extra credit.
D passes.
D doesn't pass in college,
but D does pass credit stuff.
Make the DLC free, and then it'll go up, or better yet, just I don't know. Maybe once I finish the game, I'll have a better score for it. But like, you can't make a new version of a game and have more mistakes in it. Like the typos thing bothers me a lot because I'm like, what did you do for the 6 months or whatever that you were translating it to make more typos? Right. Who doesn't have Word or whatever? Like,
so Larrue's answer is he thinks that all the reviews are wrong. It should have been knocked down 3 points for typos. My opinion, I didn't read any of the review scores, and I guess it's cool, but I was surprised that Doom or Animal Crossing or some other hyped as shit game didn't beat it in terms of reviews, because I didn't think people cared this much.
It beat it in terms of sales, though.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, Animal Crossing is isn't it the top selling Switch game or one of the top 5 now?
I think it's the highest one.
The highest. Highest week one, at least. 1.8 million in Japan alone.
It's a lot of furries.
Yo.
Everyone who plays Animal Crossing is a furry? I like that.
No.
Yeah, what's your persona, Glib?
I don't know. I gotta make one, man. I'll draw it tomorrow.
I feel like actually that'll be so. I want to do this too. We're all gonna have personas now.
What?
Oh, good, great. Okay,
so
that's like what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I feel
Let's
like
grab a spider picture off of Google. That's me. Like, yeah, recluse or
Glib would be like a koala or something. You know, one of those animals that are really toxic and annoying, but like people think
going extinct.
A diseased, insane creature that can't survive on its own. It just eats leaves that are like 1 calorie.
That is so rude.
It's too dumb to eat real food.
Neb would be like a wolf.
That works because he eats popcorn all the time. That's
oh my god.
Yeah.
I feel like Neb is typically associated with red pandas, but I feel like you're more like a Wolverine or something that's like people don't know is really vicious and dangerous.
Thanks.
Until you get too close and you're like, I'm dead. And then I don't know.
What are you?
I'm human because
that's not a persona. You can't have a human. That would be also.
I don't know. I don't think I have one. You guys would have to do that, but we don't have time for that. Let's move on to the next question.
I don't have a good quip yet. I'll talk about the next episode. I can roast you with it.
You're just mad that all of mine was really insightful.
No, I'm not mad. I think it was just funny. We had to shut on Glib for a minute. Yeah, that was good. Cameron Kid writes it and asks, "Tell us your favorite ending in all of Megami Tensei." Favorite ending. I think we've definitely addressed this, but I mean, picking one.
Yeah, it's easy. Freedom ending, Nocturne.
True simp ending. I think that's the question that spawned that bit before.
Oh my god.
I think about that sometimes.
My favorite is demon ending from Nocturne. Not the true demon ending, by the way. It's the demon ending.
Okay.
Yeah, the bad ending.
I don't know. In SNT4, I really liked Law ending. Just fire up that reactor and fucking nuke yourself.
I was thinking that too.
They didn't tell you that was going to happen. He's like, "Go shut down the reactor, my son." It's like, okay, you get there. He's like, "By the way, it's gonna blow up the entire world." Like, oh, okay, all right. Guess we'll see.
That's how Dr. Manhattan was made.
Not really.
Wow, that's good.
Not really.
13,
I mean,
14, 20 years.
I thought of another ending that I liked better.
Okay.
So, spoilers for Devil Children Black Book. If anyone's gonna ever play that game, actually,
I'm gonna plug my ears.
So basically, in that game, Setsuna, who's the son of Lucifer, one of the children that Lucifer made or whatever, his whole thing is that he wanted to rescue his brother who was kidnapped by demons. That like leads the story on. Later on, once you finally realize that your dad is Lucifer and he's the main enemy, you basically have to decide whether or not you're going to kill him or side with him. Either way, your brother will be like, no, I'm going to be in charge. So you have to fight and kill your brother if you do like the good ending. So you kill your brother who's like 6 or 7 years old. And then you kill Lucifer, and then you have to fight Hoshigami, who is like the Yahweh or whatever of that world. And if you beat her, then you end up becoming the new like ascended being, the new god or whatever of that world, and you can start the world over again. And it's just really amazing to think of that at the ending of the game, considering that the character is like 10 years old or 9 years old. And that it's like weirdly dark and it's supposed to be a kid's game. So I just love the context of it.
Why is a rated E game darker than a rated M game?
Kill your child brother and then Lucifer?
And kill your dad, yeah. And then it's
pretty twisted. I don't know if we can top that.
Yeah, so then that one's my new favorite now that I think about it, because it's just so dumb. And that's how you know that he's also the strongest protagonist. Because if you rate by what everyone has done in the game, he's the only one that actually ascended, and there's no other protagonist that's done that. So,
I was gonna say my favorite ending is SMT If Charlie, because it ends the game faster.
There you go.
Oh, that's a way better story than what I said. Dang, just cut out what I said.
You cut everything you said.
I'm gonna cut you.
All right. So these are all pretty much, we're getting into the shitpost zone. There's 2 more that are legitimate and the rest are just kind of stupid, but we'll still do them. Chris Loco writes in with 3 questions. The first one is a real one. Favorite Shoji Meguro OST?
Strange Journey.
So there's a comma here, and this is artwork, and then another comma, mechanic in any of the Mega 10 games. And so the way I read this is it distributes Shoji Meguro. So it's favorite Shoji Meguro OST artwork mechanic. So I don't know what a Shoji Meguro mechanic is, but what's your favorite one?
It's pretty easy. So I love the magnetite mechanic in Mega 10. I know that's not really a thing that people like, but I like it in the games. Having to keep that going so you can keep your demons out and stuff. To me, it's fun.
Yeah, you're talking about the old shit where it's a resource so you have to spend to keep your demons up. Yeah,
because it makes sense to me. To me, that's that whole Ludo narrative stuff. And then
what did you say?
Ludo narrative? You don't know what that is?
Ludo
dissonance. It's when the gameplay goes with the story.
Yeah, exactly.
So the gameplay is different than the story, isn't it?
No.
Isn't the gameplay conflicts with it, I thought.
Either way, it's in relation to that. So like another good example would be when the protagonist dies and the demons just stop fighting because now you're dead, so there's no reason to keep fighting. People don't like that when that happens in the game like Strange Journey, but it makes a lot of sense because, but they got rid of that in Strange Journey Redux because people are babies and suck at the game. Also, Strange Journey is my favorite OST. Favorite artwork is Strange Journey as well. So there you go.
I would argue that in some of the zones it would kind of make sense if the demons kept fighting because they're fighting for their lives.
Sometimes. But not in Strange Journey.
I don't think I'm mad at Strange Journey because
I think that's what the message says in Redux. Is it says the party fights for its life once the main character dies.
Okay, well that's a cop out. Anyways,
who's going next?
Favorite OST? I don't know. I mean, artwork. I really like the. God, I keep distributing the term Shoji Meguro. It keeps fucking me up. My favorite artwork, some of my favorite is Maka, because that shit is really cool. It doesn't make any sense. It's not cohesive, but I really like a lot of the directions it goes. My favorite Shoji Meguro OST, I don't know. It's hard to say. I like a lot of his shit. Did you say he did Strange Journey?
Yeah, he did.
That is really cool. I like the weird chants and orchestral shit that it does. I don't know. It's too hard to say. I like all this stuff. He's tight. He rules. He's the god.
Kazuka's better.
I like Devil Saga and anything without lyrics.
So like none of his music.
Hey, most of it doesn't have lyrics. It's just Persona that does, and Nocturne.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wait, so what game? What game?
Which Devil Summoner were you talking about?
Who? What?
Wait, what is the question?
What games did he do? I don't remember. I don't listen to music like that, bro. The video game music always.
Soul Hackers, Rido 1 and 2, Nocturne, all the Persona games except the best OST, the original Persona 1. He only did some of that. What else did he do? Makin and Digital Devil Saga? I think I might be missing something. Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that question then. Artwork.
Whoa.
I thought I was the one who didn't listen to music here.
Glib confirmed her Philistine.
Wait, what'd I do?
You heard me.
Okay.
Right, what's your favorite artwork in Megaton and your mechanic?
The artwork, I'd probably say the PS1 artwork for SMT2, but that's kind of typical. So I'm gonna say, let me think. I like that one with I don't know what it's called now. Can I say Makin X artwork? I like that artwork a lot too.
Wait, is it talking about a specific piece or like just artwork in general?
It says Megaton, but I'm going to ignore the question part and just say Makin.
If we count Makin, I like the design in that a lot. I like that a lot. Much of that.
It's and like mechanic on acid.
Yeah. For mechanic, I always say the source from Strange Journey or the negotiation from Persona 1.
Why the negotiation in Persona 1?
I like how complex it is. It's really cool.
Okay.
Was that a bad answer?
No, I was just
hang for a minute.
You make me sound kind of crazy.
Very disrespectful.
You asked me. I said nothing.
I was just surprised. Like, no, people usually bash the like needlessly complex like menus and stuff. So I've never heard anyone say they actually enjoy the negotiations. So I was just genuinely surprised.
Bro, I've been showing
I don't gotta bully you all the time. Do you want me to bully you instead? You're an idiot.
I'm just confused, bro.
All right,
you just said nothing, so I'm just like, what?
Chris Loco Part 2 asks favorite quote in the Megaton series, which I will start us off. When the white say we are doomed to endlessly repeat our mistakes because it's true.
That's why we have this podcast every month.
That should be the motto. What about you guys?
You got it.
Nocturne and DDS, they have when you die in Nocturne, there's a quote that pops up at the end there, and then there's a reply to that in the secret boss fight in DDS1. And that's my favorite one.
A mystery.
Yeah, you have to play the game to find out.
Only the most hardcore gamers to learn.
My favorite quote is probably the when you're playing Strange Journey and you're like you're drilling through the dungeon stuff, and you see the dead bodies of your crewmates. That I like that quote right there when it says you find a body of a dead crewmate or something like that. Something like that, I forget. But that's my favorite quote probably. Like, do you guys think of these quotes?
Please don't go on a 19-minute diatribe about some obscure devil children quote, please.
I actually did choose devil children. That's funny.
Oh my fucking god!
It's just this dumb line you get early on when you first meet your demon partner. He just says that you're a demi kid. Or no, I think he says you're a demon. I think he says demi fiend. Either way, I just thought it was funny.
You're a demi kid now.
The quote from SMT1 when you save the game and turn it off. I like that quote too. I forget what it says though.
Wow, you must really like it.
See, the thing that's funny is I never really like Glib. Do you really take to heart the quotes? Because that's the thing. This question made no sense to me because I'm like I've never really thought about the writing.
That's what I said before too. I don't think of quotes like this. I just play the game and then I forget about it. Like I don't think these
there's
quotes.
There's some funny shit in here and some insightful stuff. It is hard to remember a lot of it though because there's so much text.
Okay, fine. April is the cruelest month because it's funny to me. I know that it's a quote, a T.S. Eliot quote, but it's funny. Like, it's funny because why?
It suits Hikawa perfectly. It's like about stagnation. And that's exactly what he wants.
True, but it's also just funny.
Yeah.
What a nerd.
Hikawa is a nerd.
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely bully Hikawa. Dang. Ugh. He's got that Vegeta hair too. It's so annoying.
Steal his book from him. Okay, so the third question from Chris Loco. He asks, "Do you love Simply Dad?" Whoever knows, I know that name. I don't know who he is though. So you guys answer that because I don't know.
Is this where I bully Simply Dad?
Yes, I think that's time.
I mean, I think this is because his last video, and it's on my end. What happened for me is that he released this video where he talks about Persona 5 and the fan base of Persona 5, and it got people really mad to the point where someone made a 51-minute response to him. And some things that happened is in like on my end is that I guess because he like thanked me for helping him edit his script and stuff. He credited me in the video, and all of a sudden like now people are like, oh, like Larrue's edgy. Did you know that he's friends with Simply Dad? And it's like, you know, Simply Dad's cool. He's also super young, so he's very young at times, if that makes sense. Yes.
Young.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
Like, I don't know how else.
So you're saying it's more of an Animal Crossing player.
But I like Simply Dad. I've actually hung out with him in real life before, and I usually don't do that to people who I meet online because generally, if you like Megaten, you're probably a very awkward person. So, you know, meeting him and seeing that he wasn't that was kind of surprising. There's a couple people that I've met from Megaten in real life, and yeah, I like Simply Dad. But also in saying that just because Simply Dad is edgy doesn't mean that we're all edgy. I'm edgy in a different way, in the sense that I just hate everything, but I'm usually nice about how I hate everything, and you have to be in my service to find out that I'm toxic.
Is that true?
Yes, you have to be. You don't know the real Larrue until etc. etc.
You don't deserve Larrue as if you can't handle him as worst. You don't deserve him as best.
That's my favorite Marilyn Monroe quote.
Okay, so that covers Chris Loco's 3 questions. Now we have...
Wait, no. What do you guys think? You guys like Simply Dad?
Yeah, you guys answer. Yeah, what do you guys think?
I mean, he's cool. Like, I don't know what to say. Really, like he's fine to me.
The question was,
like,
do you love him? So
no, I don't love him. He's not like my best friend. He's cool. He goes too hard sometimes, I think, but like it's not that deep. And then like I think he'll start stuff a lot, and it's like. I guess yes, he starts stuff also often. I don't think it's that deep, and then he'll just go off. That's about it. He's cool though. Other than that, I don't have a problem with him.
Spider, are you gonna bully him?
I'm normally quiet, Spider.
No, not today. I'll wait until he's here, and then I'll bully him.
Okay,
but
save it up.
We get along okay. I think we get along fine.
He's a fine person. Like.
Okay.
As long as you're not dumb, you're fine.
Yeah.
I actually said that before.
Just don't be stupid and you're fine.
Okay. Well, beware, all Switch owners. So the next question...
I thought he was an Animal Crossing fan, though.
Alex Armstrong, who posits this query, can I date or have S'(X) with an archangel? Or a regular angel? Or is it a sin that will cause me eternal damnation? Glib, you're a law boy. How do you weigh on this one?
Theoretically, yes. Morally, no.
You can't. No, you can't.
Theoretically, can you date or have S'(X)? Is that
I mean,
theoretical?
You can, I guess. I mean, like, you can.
What about damnation? Is that in a scenario where you could, would you go to hell?
You wouldn't.
No, I don't think so.
I think
the angel would be punished.
Yeah.
I think he turned into a pillar of salt, maybe.
Because that's one of the reasons why the angels, like according to that one, what is that one with Satane? Sataniel, the book of what's his name?
Tobit?
Kabbalah?
Enoch, yeah. In Enoch's thing, in the second book, he goes up to, or they go through a tour of heaven. Basically, there's like 7 floors of heaven or whatever. And then the 5th one, that's where the angels who, the Watchers, whatever they're called, they're the ones that would go down and onto Earth and sleep with human women and like get them pregnant or whatever. They got banished to hell basically, and that's part of why. The other part is that they rebelled against God. So
that's a bad thing. Yeah,
I mean, I think so. One of those things is really bad and resulted in that happening. So I don't think the women got punished. It was just the angels for doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, well, they're not real, first of all, so no. But if they were real,
maybe that is edgy.
Imagine there's no heaven. No, I would say if they were real, yeah, I guess you could in some sort of weird situation, but it would definitely be a crime. It'd be a Christ crime because you are not supposed to have S'(X) outside of marriage, and you can't. There's no way you can marry an archangel legally, at least in the United States, because even a regular angel is not a person. Can't
angel
marry
rights win, bro.
They're not people. You can't marry non-people, and extramarital sex is a sin. So, ergo, no, don't do this, guys.
Larrue BTFO.
No, he said they would go to hell. I just
don't ever insult me.
Insightful theological take on it.
I only knew anything because I was looking it up for when I was talking about Persona 5 with someone.
And if you want to say like a serious theological like conversation about it, I mean, I think you could argue that are actually going to do this or no? I guess
I prefer not to because I already sealed it. But if you'd like to provide a closing comment, you can. Yes.
I think there's an argument that you can make that sex at all is bad, but marriage is for like like I'm just saying, bro. Like you remember you used to be in our magazine, right? You remember what's his name? Tenek? No?
Yeah, I remember Tenek.
He's an aesthetic, I guess. That's not aesthetic? How you say that? Like the monks that don't have sex, those guys. There's an argument to be had that marriage is for technically it's volcel.
Incel is a form of celibate.
Technically it's
aesthete is something completely different. But yeah, go ahead. He's volcel, is what you're saying.
They have vows of chastity. That's the word, yeah.
You're saying he's Hasidic? Yeah. Hasidic? That's what the word is?
Curls in the hat?
That's type of Jew or something like that, yeah. Is that
yeah,
right?
It's Hasidic. HASIDIC.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like ASCETIC, something like that.
Ascetic, yes.
Yeah,
that's that's a couple different things. That's a monk thing, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's an argument made that that's the way you're supposed to do it. That's what I'm saying. And that marriage is not. Well,
everyone's supposed to be an ascetic. How does life continue? Everyone would be.
Don't ask me. Ask Tenek.
Well,
no,
I mean,
that doesn't make any sense.
I kind of agree with him. The world should end.
I mean, for that perspective, sure, yes, absolutely. White ending.
Speaking of white endings, we should wrap this up.
Yeah, okay, final question. Jeff Potter writes in and asks, why the fuck it sting when I pee?
You got the Ronies, bro.
Yeah,
that's the Ronies, bro. You got the Kung Flu, brother.
Whoa, now.
You got the Wuhan.
The Chinese disease.
Yeah, the Chinese disease. The old Shanghai shivers. The
why?
Yangtze.
And that's it for today's podcast. I'm Larrue, and with me is Spider.
Got my racism in.
And Glib. And Deb.
Right.
I like how you say this with a mouthful of food.
Can you talk about me?
He's trying to bulk up for the Ronies, bro. He's trying to keep that real. Okay, bye, everyone.